Hi everyone. Last week I released fragments of a forgotten path on all DSPs. Today I want to show you how we're going to turn the Midi into sheet music so everyone can play it. If you haven't already, make sure you watch this video right here, where I talk more about some notation techniques and shortcuts for a faster workflow. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get started. So I'm gonna go to the release folder. Just like last time, I'm gonna duplicate this Cubase session and I'll name it notation. So fragments notation. Alright, so here's the Midi that we're gonna convert into sheet music. First thing I wanna do, I'm going to get rid of all these mixing plugins. Reset. Same here. Now the session is much lighter to work with. And like I had mentioned last time, this composition is lined up to the grid already, so we don't have to deal with that step. I'm going to jump straight into quantizing it. It looks like it's on an 8th note grid. That's what we want for now. And I'm just going to disable the soft quantization because I want to make sure it's all hard quantized. Okay, let's get started. This is all 8th notes. And at some point I'm going to listen to it to make sure everything is in the right place. Okay, this passage needs to be 16th note grid, so let me change that here. I know for a fact the right hand is playing 16th notes all the way. Oh, never mind. These are triplets. So I'm going to change that with a shortcut here. Okay, these are 16th notes. Let me see, there was one spot here. Sometimes it really helps when you quantize and then undo, quantize, undo. It's just easier for the eyes to see. So if a MIDI note moved too far, it's easier to spot when you do undo and then quantize again. I'm doing some rubato here, so it's kind of difficult to quantize. I'll just take it smaller sections at a time. Okay, quantization is done. While I'm at it, I'm just gonna get rid of the tempo track as well because we don't need it anymore. I'll just keep the initial tempo here, which is around 198. In this stage, I'm also gonna get rid of the pedal. And we don't need the volume info either. Now I'm going to duplicate the track and I'm going to draw an empty region. So now I go into this track, cut the left hand notes and paste it in the empty region. And left hand starts here. The left hand goes hard here. After I do all of that, I go back and listen to it one more time with the hands separately because then it's easier to determine which notes belong to the right hand or the left hand. I'm just cleaning up, deleting any ghost notes or extra notes that we don't need. See, like this note belongs to the left hand, So I'm just gonna cut and Alt V to make sure. Perfect. Alright, so everything is clean, the hands are separated. Now one thing I really want to do in the Cubase session before I export it to Sibelius, I'm going to add the time signature here. I want to make the changes in the Cubase session before I export it to Sibelius. It's just so much easier to listen to it in Cubase and make the changes in the time signature. So I'm actually going to take everything to measure 1, add a time signature here. Okay, so this is 3/4. And definitely turn on the click track here because it helps a lot, especially having the first click accented. So you come here and you make sure this first click is on a higher level than the other two. We have 5/8 here. So we copy paste this thing since it repeats. Okay, and the last measure is 6/8. Perfect, so the rest is all 3/4. It's just the beginning that switches a lot. Next, I'm going to click on each track, and remember last time we did length cleanup, so I have to work on the legatos and fixed lengths. I'm going to come to the grid and select the smallest note duration. So in this case, it's 16th triplet. And I'm going to select all, fixed lengths, apply legato. Alright, that worked. Now we do the same thing for the left hand. We make sure it's on 16th triplet, select all, fixed lengths, and apply legato. Somehow we forgot to quantize these, so I'm just going to do that right now. And that's what happens when you forget to quantize a passage. So like in this case, these were not quantized. And when I did the fixed lengths and apply legato, it did not get these parts correctly. Fixed length, apply legato. And I just have to do this one manually. Perfect. Now we're going to come here and name this right, left. And the last thing we need to do in Cubase before we move on to Sibelius is we select both parts, go to the score editor, so Control R. And as you can see here, they're both grand staff, so we need to change it to treble and bass. Easiest way I found is you go here in Settings, Instrument, and you make sure you select the right hand, change it to treble staff. And then left hand, change it to bass staff. I'm just going to scan through it real quick. Now we come to File, Export, Music XML. XML. Save. As I mentioned in the previous videos, I like to have a template for everything. So in this case, I'm going to open the previous score I had worked on, titled Waves and Webs, which is, by the way, released, and I have the score available on my website. I'm going to duplicate that Sibelius session and work from there. So here's that file. I'm going to copy it, go back to the Fragments folder, Release, Score, and paste it here. I'm going to change the name to Fragments of a Forgotten Path. Let's open it up. And obviously we have to delete the music, but at least now we have the font, the title, the piano, everything is here and ready to go. I'm just going to change the title. Go to score info and change it. Subtitle is going to be part 2. I'll be working on part 1 and releasing it soon. Fragments of a Forgotten Path, part 2. Yep, that's it. I think it was 198. So I'm going to triple click here. That way it selects all the right hand and delete. No. Same thing with the left hand. Delete. No. And I know we lost the instrument name. I'm just going to right click, text, special text, and it's here, instrument name at top left. So let's open up the XML file. Again, same problem. I'm going to select all, go to layout, and unlock format. There we go. First, I'm going to delete this measure. So now when I select, I need to make it a system selection rather than a bar selection. So I come here, again, I select everything and click Control, just like this. So Control click, it makes it into system selection and the color changes to purple. Now we will copy. The only annoying part about this is that I have to go manually and get rid of any parts that I don't want. Like this title, I'm going to delete it, delete title. For some reason it also copy pasted page numbers. I don't need that. But anyway, at least this way it's easier and you have everything set up for you and you just need to get rid of extra information. Okay, that's pretty much it. And then I'm gonna delete the extra measures here. Let's see what else. Oh, I need to delete the page numbers. Yeah, so much better. So now we just come here and pretty much clean up the score. So usually what I do, I would click Shift P to change to panoramic view. And then I'm just kind of like, I do multiple scans and double check my work. And then I just add dynamics, details, pedals, and then I shift back to score view, and then pretty much work on the layout and finalize the score. So I'm gonna skip forward. Thank you guys so much for watching this far. Make sure you drop a comment down below if you have any questions or you want to share any thoughts. And the sheet music is going to be available on my website. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.